Good evening. I'd like to call the October 21st meeting of the Johnston County Board of Commissioners to order and welcome those who are here in person tonight. It's good to see everyone. And also welcome those who are watching on our YouTube channel. Welcome to you as well. As is a couple of announcements. One is Vice Chairman Harris will not be here tonight. He was not feeling the best, so he will be watching us, I'm sure. Hello, Vice Chair. I know you're watching. And I also did want to mention our 6 priorities that this board has established, and they are educational funding, infrastructure, financial stewardship, land use, which we will hear some tonight, public safety, and our county employees. I do want to add this is Employee Appreciation Week, and on the front end, thank our county employees for all that they do for us and the citizens of this county. So with that, we will proceed on as customary with invocation, and I've asked Commissioner Stevens to lead us in that, and then we'll follow that with the Pledge of Allegiance. And I've asked Commissioner Smith to lead us in that, so if you choose so, please stand for the invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts, seeking your wisdom and guidance as we begin this meeting. Grant us the clarity to make decisions that honor and serve our community with integrity and fairness. May we work together in unity and respect, putting the needs of those that we serve among all else. And it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, please be seated. Except for you. All right, the first item we have on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Is there any need to make any changes to the agenda, or I hear a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman, I'll move we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is approved. And we are fortunate tonight, the first regular item on the agenda is recognition of Little Miss Benson, which is Holland Brooke Harper. So, Miss Harper, very nice to have you here with us. I'll turn it over to you.
And not to steal her thunder, but I almost said aye.
So hold on one second. And I was remiss in not introducing our former Commissioner, Chad Stewart. So, Chad, thank you for being here. Now, Ms. Harper, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Board, for doing this.
All right,
Let
it's
them
your
know
turn.
who you are, girl.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Holland Brooke Harper. I'm your Little Miss Benson, 2024-2025. Thank you for having me tonight.
Well, thank you. So can I ask you a question? Can we get a picture with you? We might do it. Can Mr. Chad be in the picture too? You sure about that? Okay. Well, let's I don't know how if the family wants to come up too, but let's.
And
Yeah,
Mr.
you'll get.
Chairman, I got something I do want to read on behalf of.
Okay. All right. Well, can we let Mr. Chad read something for us while you can step down, and we'll get the stool up here so you can stand up here too. So there we go. Thank you.
Thank y'all for doing it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'm a little bit new at this. I'm used to standing on this side.
That's a little
But-
different. That's a little different.
It is, but first of all, thank you for what y'all do every day. I know what it means. I know the thankless job you have. I know the dedication it takes. And I appreciate what each and every one of you do. Just a bit about BAYWO. And I'm very careful on how to say this word, Benson Minstrel Association. So I didn't want that to come across the wrong way. But it was founded in 1985. We are 20 members strong. We are at a 501c3 organization that puts money back in our local community. Our projects: Little Miss Benson Pageant, Junior Miss Benson Pageant, 2 annual bingos, 2 music shows a year, 2 flower sales a year. We participate, when I say we, I'm not a member. I'm just speaking for the organization. We participate in Christmas on Main, Benson's Veterans Day, which means a lot to me, and I know it does y'all. Celebration, parks, and Rex events. We give money to South Johnston scholarships, $1,000 each year to Baywo. Thanksgiving meal, local money to the food bank, Benson Police Department, Friday night hoops, Benson's Veterans Day celebration, which naturally means a lot to me. Support the Chamber for Mule Day activities and Sundown in downtown. Support the Benson Scene Convention. Serve several other areas as they are needed. They were asking me to speak on that as it pertains to Little Miss Benson.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Stewart. And let's get a picture right quick.
Helen, did you have to do a talent? What was your talent?
I will send it to each and every one of you, one of her talents. That was very good.
I don't think he could have picked a better one.
Yeah, here. Let's-
She is something.
April. You want,
No,
I don't know if you can squeeze around.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds a
Sorry.
little bit free.
Let me come over or
Well,
in?
Ted, you
or-
get in the middle. Turn around that way and look that way. There we go.
Chelsea, go get pictures, send it to us. Colin. Terry, y'all got to come get the picture.
No. I need one more, I need a picture.
All right.
We'll make
all right.
them, we'll
Everybody
scan the room
smile.
on YouTube.
Everybody smile. I'm gonna take 3. 1, 2, 3.
And get
All
them in
right.
there.
Thank you.
Let's
Good
give her
job,
a
Miss
hand.
Holland.
Yeah, thank you.
She sure has a stage presence.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Man.
All right, no pressure, but our last two Miss Johnston counties went on to be Miss North Carolina, Miss America's teen, so no pressure, but
Yeah,
we got big goals for you.
that's right. And I will say, if y'all have bedtime, you're welcome to leave whenever you need to, so you don't have to stay for
And
the whole
not
thing.
take the thunder, but, beauty pageants can be misconstrued a different way. I don't know how to really say it, but it involves talent, confidence. It instills in girls that they can achieve. It gives them a voice. It's not all about makeup and beauty. It's about presence and being able to get on the public stage. That's our future. That's who's gonna be sitting here one day. But, thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the next item is the consent agenda, and we have 4 items on there tonight. First one is approval of the minutes from September 16th, both the morning, it says 3:30 and 6 PM, so we must have had a special meeting then. Oh, okay, we did.
Yes,
I was at the beach, that's why I don't remember that.
Selma.
Yeah, it's Selma. So the other, we have additions to the DOT system. We have a request to surplus a couple of vehicles from the sheriff's office, and we have an appointment to the Meadow Firefighters Relief Fund Board of Trustees. And is there any need to remove any item from the agenda, a consent agenda? All right, I hear a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
So, all right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The consent agenda is approved. All right, next up, we have public comments, and this is for any item that is not already on the agenda. Is there, if somebody could wave to me, is there anyone here wishing to speak on an item that is not on the agenda? All right, seeing no one move, and Madam Clerk, we did not have any emails. Okay. All right, then we will move on to the next item, which is Alzheimer's Disease Awareness and Caregivers Month. And we have our Register of Deeds, Craig Olive, here to present that to us. And I've asked Commissioner Godwin, when we get to the point, to read that proclamation for us. So, Mr. Olive, floor is yours.
Thank you, Commissioners. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. And on behalf of the caregivers and the family that has been affected with Alzheimer's. We really appreciate y'all making this for us this coming up month.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Godwin?
Craig and the Citizens and Senior Services group have been instrumental in observing this event every year, and I totally support it. I'm sure there's a lot of families in here. My family was affected by Alzheimer's, and I know Craig's was, so let me read this. Proclamation of Alzheimer's Disease Awareness and Caregivers Month. Whereas Alzheimer's disease is a progressive degenerative disease of the brain causing deterioration in memory and thinking, as well as judgment and reasoning ability. It also affects behavior, emotions, and ability to perform self-care. And whereas Alzheimer's disease is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States, killing more people than breast and prostate cancer combined. And whereas it is also the 7th leading cause of death in North Carolina and also here in Johnston County. And whereas 1 in 3 senior citizens dies with Alzheimer's or another dementia, and more than half of all Americans know someone who has or had Alzheimer's. And whereas more than 6 million Americans are now living with Alzheimer's disease, with over 210,000 residing in North Carolina. And whereas Alzheimer's disease affects more whole families, since it is a long-term illness that requires long-term care. And whereas over 11 million family members and friends are serving as their unpaid caregivers nationwide, 373,000 of those giving care are North Carolinians. And whereas an estimated 18.4 billion hours of care, valued at nearly $347 billion, was provided to those with Alzheimer's and other dementias in 2023. And whereas almost 2/3 of Americans with Alzheimer's are women, the cost for caring for those with Alzheimer's and other dementias is estimated to total $360 billion in 2024. By 2050, these costs could rise to nearly $1 trillion. 1 in 3 seniors dies with Alzheimer's or another dementia. And whereas with early detection and diagnosis, individuals and families can gain access to treatment medications, enroll in critical research trials, and fully participate in planning for the future. And whereas the Johnston County Board of Commissioners recognizes individuals, families, friends, and caregivers dealing with the devastating effects of Alzheimer's disease, the researchers who are seeking a cause or causes and cure, and the educational programs and support services provided by Alzheimer's organizations. Therefore, the Johnston County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim November 2024 as Alzheimer's Disease Awareness and Caregivers Month in Johnston County, and urges our citizens to commend its observance. Proclaim this 21st day of October 2024. I move that this be adopted, Mr. Chairman.
Motion, do I have a second? Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Proclamation is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Island. All right, the next item up is a presentation from the Johnston County chapter of Down Home, North Carolina. And I believe we have Ms. Natasha Chapman here to present to us. But Ms. Allen is going to come up and kick it off.
Hello.
Or Ms. Lynn, sorry.
Yeah, Miss Lynn. Hey, y'all. Oh, yeah, great. Y'all have our slides. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, stickers.
We're learning. We're doing better. We're doing
Y'all
better.
doing good. I don't know how to use it, though. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so you can look that way. You don't have to look sideways, so you can look right
Okay.
there. So you're good.
Okay. Jennifer, I don't want to. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Well, hello, y'all. My name is Elizabeth Lynn. I'm a Clayton resident and organizer with Down Home NC, our Johnston County chapter. And we would like to thank you for the opportunity to present here tonight. We had a few meetings with Butch to discuss the Central Pines Regional Council grant proposal, and we wanted to discuss some specific project ideas and advocate to the entire board on a few proposals we believe that could utilize the IRA funding to support Johnston County residents. I'll pass it over, or let me go here to our second slide. Sorry about that. Just for anybody that doesn't know about us, we are a group that is committed to improving the lives and empowering the voice of working class people in Johnston County. And we believe that the funding through the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act, can address energy costs, improve infrastructure, and enhance the community's health and resilience, which falls under our 4 pillars that we stand for, which is economy for all, health care for all, housing for all, and education education for all. And with that being said, I would like to pass it over to Jennifer to talk about our first proposal.
Thank you all so much. Good evening. My name is Jennifer Eisen. I am the climate justice campaigner at Down Home, North Carolina. I live in our neighboring county in Garner, but I work statewide on our climate justice campaigns and policies. Our first proposal that we wanted to share with you all was specifically around how do we take an opportunity to make our schools into resilience hubs. The opportunity here is to transform Johnston County schools into resilience hubs through decarbonization and the generation of on-site renewable energy. The goal here is to really help lower our emissions and then create healthier environments to make our schools central to climate and action, and most importantly, storm recovery. Resilience hubs are kind of what they sound like. They're an opportunity, they're a place in the community that can really serve as a heart in the case of climate disaster or climate emergency, as we've just seen, unfortunately, with Hurricane Helene. A couple of points that I think are pretty important is that there are renewable energy subsidies through programs like Solar for All and the investment tax credit. The energy efficient funding through the greenhouse gas reduction and the energy efficiency conservation block grant. Lastly, there are also smaller pools of funding that can also support electric school buses and other transportation initiatives that could go on supporting these resilience hubs. Before we move forward in passing it to Natasha to share our next proposal, are there any questions at all from you all about the schools?
Any questions?
Or this proposal, this first part? Awesome.
No,
I'll go
I
ahead and
don't have
pass it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She mixed the order up. It's me next again. But Natasha will go after me, okay? But yeah, our second proposal was around a housing authority project. We believe that collaborating with Johnston County Housing Authority to research the high energy burden faced by low-income residents could pilot a project introducing energy-efficient upgrades and renewable energy solutions to reduce the cost for residents. We know that, or we believe that using the IRA money to invest in public housing is going to be a directly supporting communities most vulnerable to the climate crisis and re-envision what public housing means in our county. Some highlights from this opportunity could be supporting JOCO residents and updating their homes for weatherization, improving their health, and increasing property values for the county. We know that this could be a game-changing opportunity for the living experience of tenants in public housing, providing them with HVAC that allows them to have better weather, allows them to better weather the new weather. I'm sorry, this is misprinted. Extreme to. Excuse me.
Better weather, extreme weather.
Yes, thank you so much. My words got flip-flopped and then I couldn't read. But thank you so much. So yeah, we believe that. And then also with the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund and Solar for All, that program was awarded the Energize NC Coalition with over $150 million granted to expand the number of low-income and disadvantaged communities prime for residential solar investment. And we fall in a lot of those areas being rural communities, and they are specifically seeking opportunities to invest in these communities like ours, and we don't want to miss out. So that is a second proposal that we are presenting to you today. And like, if I have any questions, you can let us know. We'll also take them at the end.
Okay. Thank you.
Everyone,
Hey.
I'm Natasha Package. I'm a Clayton resident and a Down Home member, Johnston County chapter. And so our third and last proposal is to secure funding for a program or to hire someone responsible for educating the community about energy efficiency and IRA opportunities. Thank you. The IRA offers an array of incentives for homeowners, renters, and landlords that include tax credits and rebates that make energy efficient upgrades and retrofits more accessible to more community members. And so, for example, in this last year, North Carolina residents claimed over $110 million in tax savings by filing the residential clean energy credit for installing solar panels and other renewable energy systems in their homes. This last year, over 62,000 North Carolina residents benefited from the Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit for upgrades like insulation and heat pumps. This incentive even includes a credit for home energy audits to help residents identify the best areas to invest in for energy savings. And so while these numbers are a good start, many more residents could take advantage of these incentives through education and support through the next 8 years, the term of the IRA. The state has also been allocated to over $208 million for energy efficient rebates for whole home projects and electric appliances. This will be for low and moderate income households, including single-family homes, multi-family residential buildings, and also incentives for contractors who are working on these projects. And these rebates will roll out in 2025. I believe the Department of Environmental Quality is still trying to figure out what that process is going to look like, but we definitely want to be prepared to help our residents navigate this process, because the reality is that bureaucratic processes can be really difficult to navigate. It took me several months to make sense of some of the IRA so that I can speak in front of you, and so you can imagine for an average person that one, understanding the benefits of these incentives, the benefits on our budget, the benefits in our health and environment, to then assessing eligibility, and then also to applying and filing. It can be overwhelming. And so community education programs could kind of bridge this gap in helping individuals guide them through this process and ensure that we're taking full advantage of the opportunities that are available to us. So, any questions?
All right. Any questions? And so, I guess this is just a general statement. So the grant dollars that you're mentioning is federal money that is flowing to the states for distribution across the state. Okay. And I will add, we do have a couple of partners, and one I want to just acknowledge, Marie Watson with Johnston Lee Hart at Community Action back there, that will kind of be helping us navigate this and what opportunities are there, along with the Central Pines Regional Council that we have been working with, and looking to get a little clarification on some things and some proposals from them for what we might be eligible for, specifically the IRA funds and what we can do with that. So thank you for taking the time to come and be with us. Any other questions, comments?
No, I would just reiterate what the chairman said. Thank you for bringing all these opportunities to our attention for not only, for many of the citizens in Johnston County. It's really appreciated.
Yep.
Our last question, or last thing we really just wanted to leave you all with is, Down Home North Carolina has an ongoing partnership with the Equity Fund, who's contacted us with the North Carolina State awardees. So there is an opportunity. They've agreed to meet with the Johnston County Commissioners if you all will be willing to meet with them as well. We would really love to get folks, if you all were in, to really commit to meeting with them post the election once things kind of slows down a bit. I think this could be a great collaboration and a way to really prime Johnston County residents as some of the first people to receive some of these awardees. Other couple of recommendations we have is to create a grants working group, and that would be just a group of folks who could continue taking this work forward from not only now but until the projects are complete. And that would compose of folks from Down Home, the county commissioners, Central Pines, and if there are other members of the community that are interested. And then lastly, something that we talk a lot in the field about is developing community benefits agreements. And we call them CBAs, and they really are just an opportunity for the contractors, the companies that are going to be working and developing these projects to really get support from the community, and in exchange the community gets access to these incredible projects that they're able to put on. And these companies have support from the community so they can continue to develop and create these beautiful projects for folks who are in Johnston County. So again, we just thank y'all for the opportunity to share some more specific ideas about not only what the IRA funds could be used for, but directly how we can help support with that. Thank y'all.
All right. Thank you.
Thank y'all for your time.
All right.
We can send y'all any notes if y'all need
Okay.
it, or any facts that we presented today.
Okay. Well, and thank you for putting the information together.
Thank you.
for us.
No problem, thank you.
All right, the next item on the agenda is a presentation on our land development code update. And Mr. Newton, are you going to introduce our speakers or our guests? All right, thank you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. So this evening, we have the opportunity to bring you an update on our progress with the Unified Development Ordinance project, which is a rewrite and overhaul of our ordinance, modernizing that, making it more user-friendly, and this is also the next phase. I'm sorry. Yeah, it does. So this is the next phase. The next phase